Last episode was started off by taking on Inter Milan in the quarterfinals of the Champions League with some fortune favoured as a rebound off the keeper was turned in there at the back post, and the second goal was a great one, which was again similar with Jonathan David. Now this time putting out a great finish to chip the keeper. The fortune favoured is with the bounce off the keeper, but the finish was incredible, so it managed to win the game 3-0 and see that one out there, advancing to the next round of the Champions League. We then took on Bologna, where a goal was disallowed, well not disallowed for Brody, but he didn't get the goal he needed. But later in the game, he would chip the keeper and have this goal just about across the line. This time it wasn't going to get taken away from him, as the last one was an own goal from Lucchini. This one counted as his, as the ball just about crossed the line. They're just a pixel away from not crossing it. They will make it 3-0 later in the game and win that game. It was in the Champions League semi-finals where just before half time, who would take the lead with Kenan Yildiz beating Vicario to make it 1-0. Then the second half would add the goals we needed to see ourselves advance into the next round of the Champions League, which is the final. As you can see, a great save there from Vicario, but it fell straight to our player Musa Barrow, with putting it in the back of the net there to win us a game. Let's get into the finale. And to start today's episode, we're going to take on Roma here in the Coppa Italia final here to try and lift our first trophy of a potential treble we can win in today's episode. As you can see, also, we sit top of the table in the league, 3 points ahead of Inter Milan, who are in second place. So it's not guaranteed for us to win that one. And also, the Champions League, we need to try and get revenge against Barcelona, as I said 10 years ago in the 14-15 season, I think it was, or 15-16 season, one of the two. I think it was 14-15. Barca beat Juventus 3-1 in the final to lift their final trophy before they obviously haven't won the Champions League since Barcelona, but that was with Messi, Suarez and Neymar in the team, and that will be the final game of today's episode, and we hopefully can win that one to finally win Juventus another European trophy, as they've been looking for that for a long time now. Let's get straight into this game now against Roma. Let's start the episode off in the best way possible and win the Coppa Italia up against Roma here. And also check out the, as they got Enquiries in their team, interesting signing from them. Also check out the Leicester City Career Mode I've been doing on the shadow alongside this one right now. We're doing a Leicester City RTG. So looking to take Leicester back to their former glory. Obviously they won the Premier League 10 years ago now. And we're also looking to take them to European glory in the Champions League. If you want to check that out for to do so, you can find it on the channel. And after this series, but we're going to be doing a Man United Career Mode alongside the Leicester City one. So we get a chance here early on to build up some play. Conceição through to Jonathan David. It might be the play on the thumbnail. Jonathan David scores. And well, he has been incredible for us in this team. I do feel kind of sad about only doing one season with Juventus if we do win everything in this episode, but that's where we do things on the channel. We'll go until we win everything, well, mainly until we win the Champions League, as Midas Filar concedes there, as we get to look at the centre circle of to see it. And well, it's a great start for us as we get to see Enquiries sitting in the centre circle. I forgot, I don't know how we ended up at Roma, but Jonathan David here scores to make it 1-0. You'll have to see it. And we take the lead in the finale here. Leverkusen, it wasn't fun to watch. And also, Barca lost 3-0 to Chelsea, which I didn't see coming, to be fair. I thought that might have been a draw or maybe a win for Barca. But Chelsea and Estevio, as Di Gregorio took his time to get that way, but Estevio obviously played incredible for Chelsea in that game. Looks like a very, very young, great young talent that's just kind of just taken to life in that team, as if he's meant to be there the whole time. Conceição hits it, Midas saves it, and it falls to Openda, who's offside though. That could have been 2-0, but unfortunately for us, the Belgian is offside. Out of the ball of the former Juve man. Good defender there for Catherine Tom against him. Lovely move there from Kenan Yildiz. He's been a fantastic player for us in this team, as expected. Locatelli. Catherine Thuram. If this was FIFA 23 or SC 24, I'd take a long shot there with him. Mainly FIFA 23 because he was incredible on those, but Javon Wrench has it away. Lovely play here though. Jonathan David. Back head to Conceição. He's got the space. Conceição, the Portuguese wonder kid, hits it and it falls to Kenan Yildiz on the other side. Midas Filar, that's twice now in this game. His defenders have left him out to dry, I guess you could say. He just had no support there. He made the save and it fell in the 6-yard box, and Kenan Yildiz was right there as the shadow striker that he is in this team, incredible in that role, and he just was right there ready. And Wrench, whoever it was, wasn't reading the play, and Roma's defense, you can see no one was there. Yildiz read the game, and literally no one in a Roma shirt was there to try and stop him. I mean, I say back in again, they weren't ready in it to begin with. There's Quadricone, hits it, blocked there by Locatelli, and it's got to go through to Di Gregorio. Kenan Yildiz, Openda. Jonathan David through, he's got the pace on Mancini. Every other week, Openda though turns. David, trying to get that first back to Locatelli. Gets it back low to David. Now Kefren's run with room. The Frenchman hits it. The Frenchman's denied by Midas Fila, and it comes to Openda, who apparently handballed it in the process there. Good ball out wide here to Angelino. Ball into the right side, cleaned up greatly by Vincent Sanchez. Dominic Brody wins the header, gets it to his fellow substitute Mbawadi. Mbawadi now hits it from range of Midas Filas, forcing into an interesting save and has spilt it. Low. There's Musa Barrow. Lovely move from him. Not so sure how he's already done that, but Musa Barrow running through. Could he shoot and score? Yes, he does. That's an incredible goal there from Musa Barrow. I just thought I'd try it. I didn't have anything else on there, so I just pulled out the rainbow flick. If in doubt, pull out rainbow flick, I guess you could say. And then he got the little poke past the defender for the second defender that tried to stop him. And Musa Barrow off the bench gets a goal for himself in this game with the rainbow flick. And that touch right there made that goal. If he didn't get that touch there, Mancini would have stopped him. I mean, still couldn't make the save. And Musa Barrow scores for us, as he tends to do off the bench, and makes it 3-0. Well, there we go. There's the final whistle. A 3-0 victory. Let's cut to the trophy list and see Locatelli lift the Coppa Italia, our first trophy of this episode. And well, after the goals from Jonathan David, Kenan Yildiz and Musa Barrow, we see ourselves be crowned champions of the Coppa Italia. And our first trophy, like I said, of 3 in this episode we're trying to win. As you can see, the black and white ribbons on the Coppa Italia. Once again, as Juventus have been winning this trophy quite a lot in the past couple of years, but they used to win it quite a lot, as they were the most dominant team in Italian football for a long period of time. In most recent years, they fell off a little bit, but Locatelli lifts the Coppa Italia here. As the captain of the team, you'll have to see it. As player next game in the league, wrap up the league title, and also, well, hopefully win the league title, and hopefully then win the Champions League to end the episode as well. And well, if we win this game against Fiorentina, we do win ourselves the league title. And I'm just going to show like the minimal highlights for this game, because like I said, if we win this game, we are crowned champions. We don't really need to see all the highlights. The Conceição is incredible there. So you might see, as this might be the only highlight you see that isn't end up in a goal, as we're going to whip this one into the box and look for someone in the crowd apparently there, because that cross had so much power in it. Man, I don't know how that has so much power in it, so I don't really put that much power in it myself, but Jonathan David, who played incredible in our last game against Roma. Ball through to Conceição, the Portuguese wonder kid now, driving through. Could he score early in this game? Conceição scores just under 10 minutes in. And Conceição makes it 1-0. You'll have to see it. A great ball through from Jonathan David, and Conceição with just scored a 5th goal in 25 appearances in the league. He's not the most prolific player for us in the team, goals or assists wise, but he's a great player nonetheless. And he's absolutely incredible in the game, by the way. Dribbling wise, he's incredible, and just, well, he's a great player in the game, as you can see by the score right here. Beating David De Gea to make it 1-0 to us in the final home game of the season, in which we're hoping that winning this game will see us lift the league title at the end of it as well. Move to Fiorentina, as his move from Inter, or his move to Inter didn't really work out for him. Fagioli, Albert shoots, and that's going to be a weird save from Di Gregorio, but they almost got themselves back level in this game. Moisakin goes through the Italian, denied by his fellow Italian in Di Gregorio, who makes a save. And Pablo Mari gives away a handball. We get a free kick. There we go, difference in Sanchez though. At least we're not conceding goals. David. You know, Kenan Yildiz, why not? Kenan Yildiz from range. Will he beat De Gea? No, we can't. De Gea. Comfortable save for him to make though. No. And ball through. Hopefully Penda's on side in the Belgium. Can he finally? No, we can't. I was going to say give us another goal in this game to just kind of see ourselves win this game and give us a bit of a comfortable lead, but you know, we're really struggling to do that in this game right now. And Openda, you know, why not? Openda hits it near post. De Gea saves it though again. Jonathan David comes short this time though, gets the ball to Kenan Yildiz. Can drift it inside, he can hit it, and Kenan Yildiz is over the bar though. Moisakin. Just don't know why he passed that. He literally didn't have a pass on there. Could have kept going and solved it again and scored, but he didn't. Maybe he's playing as a secret agent and wants to see Juventus win this game, being a former Juventus player. Jonathan David. Openda through. Can we finally get a second goal in this game? Jonathan David. Can he seal the victory? David De Gea, what a save. Has a quality. De Gea still possesses the goalkeeper these days. And we're going to whip this one in, looking for Bremer in the centre. I do believe Bremer could win a header. Yes, he can, but he hits the crossbar. Keane, good defender from Bremer to just hit the crossbar at the other end. And Bremer now, the captain for this game, charging the ball forward for us late in this game. He wants that second goal. He knows we deserve one. Kenan Yildiz Can he find it? Yildiz hits it, Pomgranic blocks it. That would be the end of the game most likely here. Yes, it is. But the question is, are we getting a trophy lift at the end of the game? And I believe we are. Let's cut to the trophy lift and see Bremer lift the Serie A title after this 1-0 victory over Fiorentina here. And here we are, a familiar sight for Juventus fans. We're not in the past couple of years though. We're lifting the Serie A title in a second. Bremer, the captain for this game, gets to lift the Scudetto here. And Juventus are finally back at the top of Italian football. The question is, can we conquer European football? That is up next. The next game is going to be up against Barcelona in the Champions League final, in which we're hopefully going to see the similar sights here. And we get to see ourselves lift the Champions League. But here, we see the Scudetto won after also winning the Coppa Italia. The domestic double has been complete. The question is, can we do the treble and win the Champions League? Let's find out. Let's get into the Champions League final against Barcelona up next. After one more trophy here, why not, from Bremer? And we're here on the Champions League final up against Barcelona. Let's get straight into this one and hopefully get revenge for the loss that Barcelona handed Juventus all those years ago in the Champions League, like I mentioned, in 2014-15, and win Juventus a long-awaiting European trophy here in this game to end the series off with. Rafinha, great defender from Kalulu. Can we get the ball? Yes, we do. The Frenchman does incredible there to stop. Rafinha, the magic from both teams to win it probably. I feel like this is going to be actually a very hard Champions League final than it used to be, as we take out Yamal there with Davinson Sanchez. We did get the ball though. It was a fair challenge. We're going to need to take Jonathan David to Openda. The link-up play has been working for us at this whole series. Here's Conceição. Can they make it 1-0? The Portuguese talent shoots and he scores. An unorthodox effort there from him. But he ends up in the back of the net, that's all that matters. And Conceição, who's been incredible for us in this series, a player that I do want to use again in another team. And Conceição there stabs it on his left foot there, catches a keeper off guard. I believe Jean Garcia's in goal for them for this one. And he makes it 1-0 to us here in the Champions League final. We should have to see, but after Juventus previously in that final that they lost all those years ago, I think they took the lead in the league, even though I conceded the first, not too sure, I can't remember now. But it was 3-1, so Juventus did score in that game, but it did go on to lose. So we're hoping that history cannot repeat itself here, and that we end up going on to win this game here. I see Barcelona looking for their first Champions League since that win against Juventus all those years ago. And we're looking to stop them and get revenge for ourselves and win one. It's been a long time since Juventus have won a European trophy. They play around the pressure and the high pressure we've been doing it all season long. Kenan Yildiz trying to knock it past Jules Koundé, but he doesn't do so. That would have been great if that worked out. Jules Koundé just got a slight touch there. Cambiasso is pocketed Jamal so far though. And Kenan Yildiz is still going. Kenan Yildiz hits it. Kenan Yildiz forces a save from Jean Garcia. There was nothing else on this. I thought let's just take the shot and see what happens. We managed to force a save from the Spaniard. There's Luis Openda. Finesse shot from the Belgian. Rises though just over the bar. Kenan Yildiz pokes it away, but it goes to Yamal, and this Turin getting in there. It was Openda beats Araujo, but there is Jules Koundé tracking him down. Openda still going here. The Belgian works it across as well. I was hoping it would be outside the foot for Constant better defensively than him so far. Oh, that's a great move there from Daddy Olmo. This could be the moment. Ball through to Yamal, but Vincent Sanchez. Fantastic defender there from him. Ball forward to Frenkie de Jong. The Dutchman whips it in, but it's going to be blocked by Kalulu and got to go through to the grateful hands of Diego Gordio. It's the first time he's had to do anything in this game. So we go to extra time, but here we've got the attack. Kenan Yildiz. Can he score? The Turkish talent hits it. Jean Garcia though makes a good save. Conceição. How about it? Read that there. He's 79 minutes there to Ferran Torres to substitute. Kalulu, that's a fantastic challenge. Now we build up a counter attack here. Ball to Conceição. That's a great challenge from Alejandro Balde though. This game's getting a little bit heated here late in this game. You'd expect it to do so. It's a Champions League final. Yamal. Oh no. Ball inside to Ferran Torres, who hits it. No, he crosses it actually. Over to Rafinha, who's onside. Frenkie de Jong hits it. Diego Gordio makes a good save though. And we magic up another to seal the victory and just give ourselves a little bit of leeway at the end as Kenan Yildiz just puts it wide of the post. That's a great effort though. And they're bringing on Gavi last minute here to try to do something. In the 89th minute, with 10 or so seconds to go of the 90. I don't like this, Lewandowski. Balde plays it backwards. Referee, you should call for full time here. There we go. It's going to be a 1-0 victory for Juventus in the Champions League final. In a game that was close, and there's a man that's going to lift it. Let's cut to the trophy lift. And Juventus are once again kings of Europe and also kings of Italian football. And while the fans in Turin celebrating in the pub there, as you can see, and it was a very, very close affair in the Champions League final. But as you can see, the black and white ribbons are on. The trophy known as big is the Champions League trophy. And Locatelli gets to step up to the second trophy of the season. It much deserved. Well, he's been incredible for us in this team, honestly. Like, he's been like the unsung hero of the team, alongside Vincent Sanchez as well. Those two have been the players that have really stood out for me in defence. And Locatelli gets the lift. A Champions League trophy for Juventus. You'd love to see it. And like I said, Juventus are back on top. And I don't think we're going to be able to win the Ballon d'Or in this series, because usually it goes to like a higher rated player instead of a player who had great stats like a Jonathan David or a Pender. But we'll win the Champions League here, that's all that matters. We've won the treble here with Juventus. Let's get into the menus, look at the stats of the players, and do the outro. After one more trophy lift, why not? And as you can see, stats-wise, here are the players that have taken us to treble glory this season, with Jonathan David, 30 goals and 8 assists. Incredible from him at striker. He's honestly had a breakout season for us in this team. Kenan Yildiz, 21 and 15. Honestly, he is incredible in this game as the cam. So we used him in the Barcelona series briefly as a left wing, I do believe. As he has a shot of striker in that cam role. He was unbelievable. I do want to use him again at some point down the line in a team with Luis Openda with 16 and 10 on loan from RB Leipzig. Obviously, he's been incredible for us. If we were to do a season 2, he would be a player that would do by permanently for this team and partner up front with Jonathan David for season 2. And Conceição, you see stats-wise, 8 goals and 4 assists. Not the most influential stats-wise, but in game, he is unbelievable. Like, he is so good. It's like, if I compare him to anyone, he's like an Insigne, he's like a Messi, you know, on the ball, dribbling, passing. He's so good, honestly. Like, he is incredible in game. As he plays were brought in, like Domenico Berardi, 8 and 6 from him. And player we didn't really use that much, but that was because of how good Conceição and Yildiz were in the team. We didn't really have opportunities to really take them off most of the time in big games. But this team went on to win a treble, which you'd love to see. And well, Juventus are back. I've done my job here at Juventus to take Juventus from where they were and take them back to not only the top of Italian football, but back to the top of European football. I did that in one season, which is impressive. And that's going to call for the series. If you want to check out the other career content I do on the channel right now, we're doing Juventus series, well, not Juventus series. We're doing a Leicester City career mode, more of an RTG style series on the channel as well. Also, we're going to begin in the Man United series after this one. If you want to check that out, feel free to do so. And as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.